Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm somewhere different other than the Caribbean. But as you all know, I do have a series going on there, Flying the Caribbean. And in between my Caribbean flights, a lot of times I like to throw a different video in there of a different location, different flight. Okay, so right now I am in Georgetown, Delaware. And I'm going to fly on over to the Delaware Seashore State Park. Now, I'm going to tell you what got me interested in doing this was I watched a video, and the video was about a review of a Tech folding kayak, some little kayak that I looked at, some time ago, and the woman in the video was kayaking in this area. I said, that looks really, really pretty out there. And I've never been there before. I think I'm going to take a flight over there in that area and flight simulate them. So this video is the result. And by the way, shout out to that channel. It's called Hiking Outdoor Family. And I'll put a link to that video, that very video that inspired me to fly out here, in the description. So and when I do my flights, a lot of times I'll just take a plane that I feel is appropriate for the flight I'm trying to take. So that said, I have the Flight Design CTSL, and I think this is a great plane to do this flight with. So we're at the hangar here, and I'm gonna get the plane started, taxi on over to the runway there. It looks like runway 33 or something. I'm at Joseph's Airfield here in Georgetown. Okay, so now let's get our switches on. Beacon, nav lights, no landing lights right now. Okay, and see what else. Alright, now flaps will stay the same. Battery, of course, we need that on. Alternator, we want that on. And our Garmin will start booting up. Fuel valve on. Throttle, brakes. Pitch, that's fine. Let's set that on. I'm gonna put that pitch on about 2 for takeoff. Alright, so the plane is ready to start. Okay, so now let's go ahead and start the plane and get taxied over to the runway. It's not going to be a long flight or anything like that. Fairly short. Set my altimeter. And also we're going to want to put our transponder here on. Put that on standby. Alright. Okay, so we're ready to start. Now let's go ahead and start the plane now. I think there's any fuel about. Wait, we got here. Oh no, that's not. I need to worry about it at the moment. Emergency lever. And fuel is looking good. I have about 35%, which is plenty enough for this flight. Alright, and maybe about half. Alright, so now let's go ahead and start the plane. Oh, I started without my parking brake set. That's a no-no, Alright, but I don't know why I thought it was set. Okay, but anyway, I thought I checked it. I mean, maybe I'm just imagining things, but I ran through it so quick. That's why there's checklist. Okay, so alright, so yeah, let's go ahead now and traffic, and we're gonna announce. Let's select that runway for takeoff. 33. And I'm going to announce taxi.
Delta Echo 49er Traffic Flight Design, Golf Charlie Tango 1022 is taxiing to runway.
And there's a little switch here and the lever. So either one, they look like they do the same thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and get on over there. I gotta say, this is really a nice little plane to fly if you kind of want to do like a flight like this. Really, I would like to take off on runway 15. I'm going to tell you why. Let's see. Well, according to the windsock, I believe I'm taking off on the right runway. So let's just keep it like that, right? Let's go down. I probably have enough room right here. I don't even need to go there. I'm going to just pull right out right here. And we're going to take off this plane. This little plane will be in there in no time. So let's go ahead stop circling. I might be getting you all dizzy. All right, let's go line up a little bit here. Yeah, this is really a nice plane to fly, and you know, if you want something more modern than a Cessna that kind of flies like a Cessna, it's a great choice, and it's just a stock airplane, you know. So I used to fly this a lot when I first got Flight Simulator. All right, let's see, parking brake. Let's get that off, and it gets in the air really quick. As you can see, oh, let's announce our takeoff too. We can.
Delta Echo 49er traffic.
A little late on
design,
that announcement.
Charlie Tango 1022,
and look at this.
Taking off runway tree west departure.
Let's come out a little bit so you all can get a better view of the area. Yeah, look at that. It's like a little small lake right there. This is my first time taking off from this airfield. Already it looks pretty out here. Look at this. This is a state I've never flown in. Now, I might have flown over it with airliners. What I mean a state I've never flown in, I'm referring to a Flight Simulator, of course. Okay, now let's do our turn over to the east now. Alright, climb out. I'm going to get to about 2,000 feet, and we'll make our way over to the seashore. Another look at that little lake there, which I don't really know what lake that is, but once it gets straight and level, we'll look it up, and I'll find the name of it, what they call that. It's really small, you know, almost like a pond rather than a lake, but or either that or a really, really small lake. Okay, so we gotta go ahead now, and I'm gonna set my trim back down because, as you can see, I'm kind of nosing the plane. It wants to climb. This plane really likes to climb, so. All right, once you get it, you know, trimmed out, it flies great. Okay, so let's come back a little bit here. Alright, now we're going to make our way on over to that seashore. Delaware Seashore State Park. And there's also a bridge out there, and it's we're going to fly into that Indian River Bridge, I believe it's called. Nice overview of the area right here. Looks like we got a little wind or something out here, and I don't think too much though. I mean, as you noticed when I took off, it wasn't too bad, but it was kind of like, you know, a little off center trying to reach that ATC control, you know, to announce my takeoff. All right, let's see. I'm looking for that little lake. I don't quite see it on my map here. I'm using a map out of game. It's not. I'm just using my Google map to look at the locations and stuff here. Because I believe this airport is like east, or it's not directly in Georgetown, but just it's in the area of Georgetown. And I'm kind of like a little bit busy with flying the plane since it's a little bit. We are really much higher than we even need to be, so let's go ahead and. I mean, you don't even need a lot of throttle with this plane at all. In fact, we can trim down some here. Do we get it nice and stable? for the speed we're going. I think this is pretty close to how I want it. Still a little bit much. Let's come down a little more here. Let's put this on. Maybe we'll keep it on 4. See how that works out. Okay, I think we're flying nice, straight, and level now, so I could almost hands off it. Let's zoom our Garmin out just a little bit. And as you can see, we're already halfway to the seashore, and we can already see it. You know, so I'm going to come out over to the south. Once I get here, I'm going to come out to the south, out this way. And I'm going to turn back north. And we're going to go along the seashore. And as you can see ahead, that is the Indian River Bridge. That's actually a point of interest in Flight Simulator. Alright, so Indian River Bridge. And I believe in the video, I want to say she's kayaking maybe around this area or around here or somewhere. There's so many little waterways, it's kind of hard to say, all up in here somewhere. But regardless, all of it looks like nice areas to kayak around. And we have a lot of nice areas out here in the Gulf Coast too, Mississippi Gulf Coast, lots of areas to kayak. I'm hoping I'll be doing some of those videos in the spring, the coming spring, maybe the summer, but we'll see how it goes. And if you look at my channel, you'll notice I haven't posted any sailing or kayaking videos in years. When I mean years, we can rewind about 10 years ago. I think the last time I had a couple of drone videos a couple of years ago, but other than that, I never had a whole lot of videos of kayaking. I like to do some with, you know, kayaking on out to the Gulf Islands over here that I fly to all the time in Flight Simulator. You know, Horn Island, Petty Boy, Ship Island, Cat Island, all of those. This is live weather, but not live time. The time was set for 8:20 a.m. time of takeoff, departure there. You know, when you think about beaches and stuff like that, like, at least I don't always think, when I think about beaches, I think about Florida, California and stuff. You know, I don't always think about, you know, these small states like this. And obviously, it looks like it has a really pretty coastline. Okay, we're going to drop our altitude a little bit here. See, the plane is so stable now that it's straight and level, trimmed, a straight and level flight, you know, so going well. But I always did like this little plane for sightseeing. It was always good for that. And that's basically what this video is sightseeing, even though I talked about the star up and all that and what I was doing, you know, I always do that. As you can see here, a good shot of the beach. Right here. Keep on flying south, and I'm going to come back to the north, and then I'll go back and land probably where I took off from, back at Joseph's, but I'm not positive. I may want to land at a different airfield since we already took off there. Want to see like a different area or something. We have down here like a little lake down here. Some waterways. So I like places like this where you can not only kayak in the inland waterways, but also you can do coastal kayaking. So you can just kind of come around out here, just spend the whole day just kayaking around here, and then go right onto the bridge out to the ocean or into the bay here or whatever. And it'll be a nice trip. Do that on a day with nice weather. That's called the, let's see how I pronounce that. Rehoboth Bay. Rehoboth Bay. Rehoboth Bay. I have no idea how you pronounce that, but yeah, that's what that is. Over here, let me show you here. Let's zoom over right over here, because that's all that bay right there. This whole thing, I think, right here is part of it too. Oh no, wrong. Right out through this inlet right here is Indian River Bay, and that's the other one with the weird name that I can't seem to pronounce. Well, I might be pronouncing it right. I don't know, but knowing me, I'm probably not pronouncing it correctly. Okay. So, all right, let's go ahead and do that turn back to the north. I mean, look, it's really nice out here. You can take a seat. I should have took the Sea Ray. Could have did water landings all out here. Could have did water landings. Pulled up on the beach and everything. All right, let's go ahead and do that turn over to the north. But, I use the Sea Ray so much on my videos here in flights that I figured I'd use something a little different for a change. But I do like this little plane. And that's what I wanted to see, a nice turn to the north over this beach where you can just see all the way. That is a nice beach, I have to say, and it goes all the way down. I figured it would be a scenic flight, and I think it is. I think it is. We're up and down the Delaware coast here. And now let's come on back down because we're climbing pretty quickly. Now I gotta try to keep my co-pilot from hitting my controls, which is one of my cats, by the way. So and she likes to sit up here and watch all of this. Maybe I have to put it on a video one day. So how you like that looking from here? Right here, let's take a look right here. Let's start with a nice sunrise. Let's come on through. I've done a couple of nice flights up a Rhode Island before. That's another area that I thought was really pretty. There's some flight schools out around the Gulf Coast that actually use this here, the Flight Design CTSL. They use this plane for flight training. Okay, we're descending at about 500 feet a minute, which is fine. We'll get back down to about 2,000, 1,500. And then we'll fly back over the bay. Let's see, maybe I'll take a look. See if there's anywhere else I want to land at. Oh, this one. It might be in Maryland. No, that's still Delaware, I think. DE-21, I'm not sure what that is. But at least if I land where I took off from, at least I'm familiar with it now that I took off from it. Okay, so I think we might stick with that original plan. Indian River Bridge. Yeah, it looks like there's quite a bit of places out here, like when I look on the map, like little restaurants, things like that. Alright, let's go ahead now and throttle back up. And I imagine it gets really cold up here during the winter months. I would imagine it does. Compared to like way down south where I'm at, where we barely have much of a winter. Big, nice, long, wide beach. Okay, let's go ahead and turn back over this bay. Head on back to Joseph's Airfield. In a video that I watched that inspired this flight, they show like there was a kayak launch or kayak landing somewhere around here. I mean, I don't know if it's here, but somewhere in this massive area. So I have no idea where, but somewhere around. All right, let's go back a little bit. And we'll just fly our way back on over to the airfield and coming on this side. And I believe when we took off, we flew to the south of where I'm at now. So Waldo Beach is just here right by the bay here. all right here, here, sandy shores, in a lot of different places. I imagine sailing would be really nice too. Out in this area, it would have to be. And at least we can be confident that I will get a nice landing here with this plane. And this plane right here, it's a light sport plane. You don't even need a full PPL license to fly these type of planes. You just need a light sport pilot license, just like the Icon A5, a light. But that one you would need like some kind of amphibious rating or seaplane rating or something like that. See, every now and then I get to loop the wind, blow the plane a little bit. And notice my trim is trimmed down some. Joseph's DE49. We're gonna land on runway 33.
Delta Echo 49er traffic flight design, Golf Charlie Tango, 10228 miles east, 2,400 feet inbound to land runway tree.
Don't mind the turbulence. Catching a lot, you know, up here. The small plane, it's normal. See that? I'm not touching it, just kind of a little area. Just really light turbulence, nothing big. I should get a visual of the runway pretty soon. Yeah, so those of you who are following the Flying the Caribbean series that I'm doing, I will have another video coming soon. And I believe that one's going to be either around the Cayman Islands or Jamaica, or maybe even both. And it might be a little bit different because I think I'm going to do a flight to and then a flight around, but we'll see how it goes. And I should get a visual here. Make sure I stay high enough, because if I get too low I won't get much of a visual. Okay, there is that little lake, so that's a good indication of where the airfield is. So that goes to show you, just that right there is a good landmark if you're doing flight training around an area like this, because you have that little lake right on side of the airport, the airfield, you know. So get it a little bit closer. Now I'm just trying to remember if the airfield was it here. It was on side of it, but which direction, you know? So I guess we'll see. If I have to fly over it, it's no big deal. But I'm thinking it's right here, right where I'm heading. I think that's the end of the runway right there. That should be runway 33, and it is.
Delta Echo 49er Traffic Flight Design, Golf Charlie Tango 1022, is on final runway tree to land.
I'm going to drop in just maybe 1 or 2 notches of flaps. It looks like there's a good bit of farm fields around here too. Which is probably what this is right here. On a farm, maybe a farmhouse there. Two more notches of flaps. Cut that back to idle. One thing about landing at these small airports, you're not going to have performance issues at all. Stuttering, things like that, you know. In this plane, it's so light, you do want to get it slowed down before you start trying to turn it too much. And it turns on a dime, as you can see. And we're gonna park right on side. It's hanging right here. Alright, so welcome back to Joseph's Airfield in Georges, Delaware. Now let's go ahead now and I'll get the plane shut down, which is very simple to do. Put our batteries and switches here. Okay, so that concludes this flight. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Please smash that like button, drop a comment, and if you haven't already, subscribe. And until next time, thanks for watching, and bye for now.